It's Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Michael Badgley will be the first to get this one going. And off we go from the German capital. We'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Falcons come out there led by Michael Penix, the second-year quarterback out of Washington. Greg taking over late last year and winning the job as the Atlanta starting quarterback.
Yeah, probably the biggest surprise of the 2024 draft was the Falcons making Michael Penix Jr. the 8th overall pick. Because remember, only a few months earlier, Mike, the big news, they signed Kirk Cousins to the big free agent contract, and then they turn around and they draft the future. So going into this year, there is no question. Michael Penix Jr. is the face. He's the future of that Falcons organization. And in their mind, they think this year they're in a position to compete, and they want to compete now.
Mike, this defense talked all week about the importance of coming out fast and starting this game the right way, and it's less about the loss of yards there on that first play and more about just setting the tone. Hey, we're going to be here all day. We're bringing it. And boy, did they ever.
And nothing doing there. Only back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be an early third down coming up.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Mooney in motion. On third down, Penix. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a fourth down decision to make.
On the return is Gould. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They're led by the former first-round pick out of Duke, quarterback Daniel Jones.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it, and we'll find out early on what the plan is.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 9. He's got the big man, Mo Alley-Cox. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 11 yards on the connection there. That's good for a Colts first down.
42-yard line.
They'll run on first down with Taylor. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
A big gainer for Indianapolis. And even 30 yards.
And this is why you tailor your offense around a guy like this. I mean, every once in a while, mix in some design runs. He's got such game-changing ability with the ball in his hands. And here, he rips off a big one.
And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up first and goal.
That's good for a Colts. First down.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up first and goal.
going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
A loss of 2.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
That one, taken in, middle of the end zone. Alex Pierce, touchdown, Indianapolis.
That was just too easy, Mike. It's just straight man coverage, great route by the receiver on the slant. You just can't give up an inside release deep in your own end zone because, as you just saw, it's pitch and catch.
Here's Michael Badgley for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Colts will take a 7-0 lead.
7. Falcons, nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Jamal Agnew now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Falcons offense going to take over now for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
They're going to go play action with Penix. That is downfield to the tight end pitch. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. So 31 yards on this play. A second big one in a row and another 1st down. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable?
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. The second-year man from UCLA, Leatu Latu, gets him for a loss of 4. And that'll set up 3rd down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Penix. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Rolo's kick is good.
makes the score.
And the Falcons are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Anthony Gould now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Colts offense about ready to get going on their second possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Jones. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
That's caught on a 1st-round pick, Tyler Warren. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Jones looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
1st down. 1st and 10.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. 2nd time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Again, they'll throw with Jones. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Woo! He's to the 15. And he's in. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Indy. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Badgley now to tack on the extra point. His kick is good. And the Colts extend their advantage to 14-3.
14. Falcons 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Agnew on the return. Crazy. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
On second down, here's Penix. He fires downfield for Pitts. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. It is a big play there for the Falcons. Pickup of 46 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. A gain there of 10 yards. It's good for a Falcon first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it. The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Short throw taken by Pitts. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
He's made his presence felt throughout this opening quarter. They better figure out a way to slow him down defensively. Otherwise, he's in store for a monster game.
Looking to keep a promising drive alive. It is 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's not going to get the first down. They met him, brought him down in the backfield on 3rd and short.
Well, this seems pretty straightforward. 3rd and 1, just dial up a run play and run straight downhill. But this defense had other plans. They were ready and expecting that run, and they're able to take the ball carrier down for a loss.
So on now is John Parker Romo to try the field goal. This from 30 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Falcons cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Ashton Doolin now to return it. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Colts offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. To throw is Jones. He'll try to hit him with a screen. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And the Falcons have come up with the recovery.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, but it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
The Falcons offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And he'll take this one in. Bijan Robinson, touchdown Falcons.
It's not often in the NFL, Mike, that we see a run play result in a touchdown of this length. A lot of things have to go right. The right look by the defense, executing by the offensive line and all of your blockers. And then sometimes it's just, I got a better guy with the ball in my hand than you do on defense. And I think all of those things here were at play and results in a big touchdown.
Now the try for an extra point.
For the extra point.
It's up and good. And the Falcons move back to within one.
The score, Colts 14, Falcons 13.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Doolin. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. They'll start with Taylor. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Throwing on 1st down is Jones. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 5. Shotgun now for Jones. And this one is caught by Pierce. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
36-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jones. Pass right side to Downs. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. We are through 1. 14-13 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. The Colts with the football to start this 2nd quarter from the 34-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8 as we are ready to get back underway. Jones to the air again. Finding the open man, that's Pittman. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Again, it's Jones. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. Ball incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up third down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
A 49-yard attempt.
Badgley's kick is good. And the Colts add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Carter on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Here's Bijan Robinson and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Mooney in motion. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Made at the 36-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Plant. It's Penix. Over the middle, that's his tight end, Pitts. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line. That catch puts him over 100 yards for the game, and we still have another half to go. That catch picks up the 1st down. Now, this looks like a design run. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
A lot of times the success of a draw depends on the defensive ends, Mike, rushing the passer. In this case, a great job by the defensive end. He initially reads pass, but then he determines that it's going to be a draw. He quickly adjusts, and he's able to tackle the running back for a loss.
Penix now off the bootleg. He's got his tight end, Quatoriano. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 7. Pitts is the man in motion. From the gun, here is Penix. Is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the 1st half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
At the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and
3. From the 29. Here's 2nd down and 3. Hit as he throws throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Jones going to try and throw on third down. Right side, that is hauled in by Warren. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Jones now on first down. Looking middle, and he's got down. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. A gain there of 15. First down, Indianapolis.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And they'll take this down inside to 35. Last play got 15. This one gains 15. And another first down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down. They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Throwing, Jones. A short pass taken in by Warren. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
First and 10 at the
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's four-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on third and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of a yard brings up second and 9 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's second and 9. Here's Jones. They'll try to set up the screen here. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
On the ground, it's Taylor. And he's in! Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Here's Badgley for the extra point. The kick is good. And And the Colts add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Carter on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Here's Bijan, and he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
And we've seen this time and time again. When this guy is in a groove like he is here, I mean, he's impossible to block. I mean, the offensive line, they've got to come up with a better plan to slow him down, or he's going to completely wreck this game.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Off the play fake. Here's the lefty, Penix. The pressure's going to get there again. He's forced down once more.
What a first half for this pass rush, huh, Mike? I mean, they have just completely dominated this game. They are in complete control, and you have to imagine this offensive line, there's got to be some adjustments up front. They just cannot allow their quarterback to continue to be hit like this.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Penix. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Darnell Mooney.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he is on to punt for Atlanta. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Colts offense and Daniel Jones ready to get going once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Jones. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down. Tyler Warren, the man he was looking for there. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing now is Jones. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. They can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
Here's a deep shot for Pierce. He's got it! And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score! 78 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a four-vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
Badgley now, attack on the extra point. The kick is good, and the Colts are going to extend their lead.
Colts 31, Falcons 13.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Falcons offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. On play action, Penix. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
Now Penix to throw on second down. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it'll be third down.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
He'll try to run for it. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
And that just can't happen. Third and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long first down.
He'll push forward for about a yard. Zaire Franklin that time, there for the tackle.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We're back to Berlin right after this. It is 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Oh, he's got a man open. That's London. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. They get 20 on the connection. First down, Atlanta.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Bijan Robinson, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it'll bring up second down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. Talk things over before third down. From the gun on third down. Here's Penix. Left side in the hands of London. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem. And that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. There's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. In motion comes Pittman. Throwing on 1st down is Jones. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Back to throw is Jones. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And that one's just too long to get going. They'll come up, stop him before the lineman could get out to lead the way. Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their 2nd, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Shotgun now for Jones. He gets this one complete to Pittman.
A gain of 6.
3rd and inches, you see a lot of teams try to take a shot. Why, Mike? Because they know on 4th and inches, they still have a chance to convert the 1st down. The shot wasn't there, but they're still able to pick up a nice gain and convert and bring up 1st down.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Jones. It's to the left side and taken in by Downs.
Complete to number 1, Josh Downs. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 45-yard line.
So the two teams head for their respective locker rooms, and we head to Orlando. Scott Hansen has our halftime report. Scott.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3.
Bradley Pinion.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Here's Gould on the return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Colts offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They'll start out first down and 10. In motion is Warren. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Rook Orororo there on the tackle.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. They go right back to Taylor. This is going to be a Colts first down as he's able to get it to the 37-yard line.
It's a gain of 8.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. It's a pickup of 13 yards. That's good for a Colts first down.
50-yard line.
Have to imagine at some point here, Mike, the defensive coordinator looks to change things up. This running back has had his way with them all day long. Get a few more guys in the box. And you know what that does. It opens you up down the field to that passing game.
And this will be a short pickup down to the 45. A.J. Terrell up for the tackle.
Brings up 2nd
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
They'll go again here with Taylor. And they'll take this down inside the 35. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Indianapolis.
First down. 1st and 10.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
28-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Jones. Pass right side to down. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 11 yards on the pass there. That's good for a Colts first down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
The Falcons offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll begin with first down from their own 11. They'll run with Robinson, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Penix. Open man, he's got Agnew. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Third down, 3 to go. Pitts is the man in motion. Penix on 3rd down. He's got his tight end. That's Pitts. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
Mooney in motion. And a nice defensive play there, coming through to make the play in the backfield.
On the tackle. Taken down back at the 23-yard line.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the gun, here is Penix. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
And they'll only get a couple on this one, so the defense holds, and it brings up 4th down.
Brought down by Latu. A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down.
The Falcons send their punting unit out as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, they'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. In motion is Warren. Now it's Taylor. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. Caden Ellis in on that stop.
He's brought down at the 31. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now Jones. That one into the hands of Downs. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 16-yard pickup on that one. 1st down, Indianapolis.
1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Xavier Watts there to bring him down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, here's a give to Taylor. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. J.D. Bertrand able to bring him down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now, Jones. The outside, hauled in by Pittman. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
He'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff her on 4th down.
And a great job here by the defense, being strong up inside, forcing the ball carrier to have to bounce this out towards the sideline, and he can't get the corner, and they come up with a huge 4th down stop.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Penix. He's got his man. It's Mooney. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That screen goes for 12, and that's a 1st down.
How often do we see, Mike, the running back, they get a little too antsy and they go a little too fast on these screen plays. In this case, great job by the back. First, he let his offensive lineman go out. He then follows behind. That's the key to a good screen play.
And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
The quarterback could have handed it. He could have kept it himself. I don't really think either option would have turned out much different. Great job by the defense having a plan for the running back and a plan for the quarterback, and they're able to force that carry for no gain.
You're going to go play action with Penix. That's into the hands of Werner, the tight end. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
On 1st down, it's Penix. He'll step up and run, and he won't try to risk much more, sliding down a gain of 3.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
On 2nd down, Penix. I had a defender draped all over him, incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
It's
got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got it.
And he will get into the end zone. Michael Penix. Touchdown, Atlanta. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Point after, coming up here.
Lining up for the extra point.
He knocks it through, and the Falcons are able to edge a bit closer.
Colts 31, Falcons 20.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Doolin. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Colts offense and Daniel Jones ready to get going once more, and he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. That's Pierce in motion. Jones now on first down. Completing this one to down. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up second and 2.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking them down and took them down for a loss.
3rd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Jones. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Colts. First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw is Jones. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Throwing, Jones. They'll look to set up the screen here. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the first down on a gain of 7.
receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now in that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A gain there of 20. That's good for a Colts first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
The RPO, that one is complete. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Well, you know, Mike, if I had to guess, I'd say that's probably not what they had in mind when they called that play, but those guys on defense, it felt like they knew what was coming from the start, and they got to him in a hurry.
On second down, here's a run with Taylor. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
He was brought down by J.D. Bertrand. A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11. That's Pierce in motion. Throwing is Jones on 3rd down. Oh, the ball's out. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
A 54-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And their lead will stay right where it is.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
The Falcons offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Pitts is the man in motion. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. To the right, that's Pitts. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Pitts. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 2. Third and 2. And Penix. That's complete. He's got it to London. Looks like we have an injured Falcon on this play. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Robinson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
He's taken down.
Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
Falcons.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. It gets them down to the 6.
1st and goal.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get 1st down after 1st down, and defensively now you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
They'll run with Robinson. And he will score. Game on. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown Falcons. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
All right, so the Falcons try to add on a 2-point conversion here.
The Falcons will line up.
Looking to throw. It's Penix. That'll be caught. And he cannot get in. The try for 2 comes up empty, so unable to get within a field goal. The difference remains 5. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. On the return, it's Doolin. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Colts offense and Daniel Jones ready to get going once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. On the handoff, it's Taylor. Oh! And he will finally be taken down, but not until he gets to the Colts' 29-yard line. A big one here in the 4th quarter. 38 yards.
1st and 10 at the 20.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete.
Jones pass complete to number 14, Alec Pierce. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Taylor. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10. 1st down, Indianapolis.
1st down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
Jones to throw on 2nd down. This throw right side, pulled in by Pittman. And he's into the end zone. That might be Michael Pittman. Touchdown, Colts. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Here's Badgley for the extra point. He's got it. And the Colts will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
38, Falcons 26.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Carter on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Pitts is the man in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Penix. For the left side, he gets back to Mooney. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
Robinson, the ball carrier. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, here is Penix. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up 3rd down.
You just have to have a better plan coming into the game when you're facing this sort of pass rush. You are not going to be able to sit there with long developing plays and pat the ball in the pocket. It has to be read 1, read 2, check down. Get the ball out of your hands. Protect your offensive lineman a little bit.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Penix. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He fires downfield for Pitts. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down.
Turnover on down.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll work the middle here with Taylor. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 3. On the give, this is Taylor. And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. Talk things over before 3rd down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Falcons go ahead and take their 2nd timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Taylor. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Falcons' 22-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Shotgun now for Jones. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. David Onyemata in there for a loss of 5 on the sack, and now it's 3rd down.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on 2nd down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to 3rd. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
This a must-stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. Pass right side to Downs. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down. Jones going to hang on to it here. And he's going to have a Colts 1st down. They'll wind up getting the yards they need on 4th and 3.
I love this call, Mike. Put the pressure on the defense to make the right decision. In this case, they decide to go after the running back, but it's the quarterback who pulls it and keeps it himself and is able to convert for the 1st down.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. The task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. So it's a win for the Colts. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field.